No one comes to us, we go to them. But it literally, like everybody's business, man, it completely, stopped. Like cease, because they went from, the first thing was the first like waves of things that were happening was the NBA had canceled.
Yeah.
And then then I had we had a little thing that we were doing with the XFL, when they had started. And then once the NBA canceled, and then I think it was hockey after that, and then the XFL, then we started getting like the ripple effects. And then it went from like, arenas to groups of 500 to 100 to 50 to 10. And then as it started contracting, our business just imploded on itself. Like, nobody could gather anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you do to pivot or shift to make sure that when this is all over, the Sugar Rim's doors are going to be like still open and you'll be back at it?
I think for me, what's kind of unique or different is that I was able to, because my business is mobile and because I'm able to, I don't have a brick and mortar. I don't have that. I don't have brick and mortar. So, I'm not like the Cheesecake Factory or, where I have to have, my staff is, we're on call, on site, on service basis. So the good thing is, before all this was happening, I was kind of already preparing. I didn't know that this was going to happen, but I was already preparing. You saw I was making videos telling people like, look, like, save your money, get your credit straight, create multiple streams of income. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I've been through enough life. Enough things have happened. 2008 woke me up.
Yeah.
We could go 3 hours talking about 2008, right?
Hey man, we don't have anything else to do apparently. So I probably should have started off by letting people that don't know you know what your business is. If you had to give someone an elevator speech about what your business is, right? For those that don't know, what would you say?
We are a mobile event company. We create we can do anything from festivals to backyard barbecues to bar mitzvahs, and the whole niche of what we do is the mobility. We're able to bring everything to your event. So we're a one-stop shop where if you need bartenders, caterers, rental equipment, setup, breakdown, so we do everything. And our whole motto is be a guest at your own party. I really don't want my client to really lift a finger. I want them to. Now the elevator pitch to my staff is our company motto is cut the check.
Yeah.
We provide the service.
Yeah. Bring. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
I remember, and to my realtor friends that may watch this from whatever company you're with, man, you got to call Cory for the next open house, man. He and I did an open house together, man, and he wore a little apron and he wore mimosas. And orange juice and fruit, and
Well, look, even that though, when we were even talking about that, that was even a crazy idea, right? Because most realtors don't even think that way, right? Because I come to you with these crazy ideas, and you say stuff like, "Oh yeah, sure, that sounds great, let's do it."
Yeah.
So my thing was like, if you're a realtor and you have a Sunday open, you got 6 people walking through the house, and I was saying to Drew that you can't talk to everybody, right? And I'm not saying that I'm the best, whatever. But I could take that. All you need is that buffer. You just need someone to go over and say, "Hi, good afternoon. How are you? Welcome. Here's a pamphlet." While you're talking to Mary and John Q customer,
yeah,
I'm over here just kind of hey, how are you? Like to try some apple pie?
Yeah. We sold that house that day too, man.
Right.
Because I was able to talk to everybody in the open house because he was a buffer.
Right, getting them to sign the sign-in sheet, getting them to log in on the iPad.
Yeah,
just having somebody else there, just to
Yeah, it was amazing, and it was fun. We had some fun too. And so you make everybody a guest at your own party. I love the tagline. Like every time I tell someone about you, I tell them about that tagline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have multiple streams of income.
I do.
Let's talk about that.
All right, so the first cash cow is Sugar Rim Bar. That's how I make all the money, But that started as an idea. That was nothing. I took an idea of this and then scaled it to a multiple 6-figure business. but so when once there was a turning point in my business where I knew that like, look, I think every person, every entrepreneur, I was always living on this sort of fear. I'm just gonna be honest, this fear that the phone would stop ringing one day, right? Like, you know, because my business, I'm dependent on other people to make my business happen. So what happens when I grow this business? And it didn't have to be me growing the business to what it is now. But what happens when I mess up and the business fails? And because that's what happened to me in 2008. What happened in 2008 was I had a 6-figure job. You know, I was bringing the checks in, money was great, and then I lost my job, and the market tanked. And what I didn't have, which I see, I'm serious, man, 90% of the people that I deal with or talk to, whatever, I didn't have other pockets or other streams or other things. I didn't have money in other places that could sustain me. So I was like, okay, we're never going to make that mistake again, right? So I started creating other little pockets and ways. And then for me, what I needed was, I needed money. I needed to make money easy. I needed to make money where it didn't require me having to like sales pitch somebody. You know, it was sustainable. It was automatic. You know, and it didn't matter that whether it were a penny coming in a day or $1,000 a day. Like I just needed little bits of money stashed in little bits of places. And then the other layer of protection that I put on myself was I needed to not be able. I needed to not be the money. It didn't need to be part of my everyday transactions. Because sometimes that was another thing that we would do, right? I would take some money, $300, $500, and I would put it off somewhere, right? But as soon as something happened in my life, what do? It's on your debit card. You would spend the money. Yeah, I needed to be in separate accounts in different places, but I still needed access to it in case of an emergency happened where I could draw from it. But my problem was I was putting it into my other money. I hope I'm answering your question.
Yeah, no, you answered it. What are some of those businesses that you do that are your multiple streams?
So the first thing I came, man, this like, you know, I got like 10 things that I do every day. The first thing I came up with was I had somebody had sent me this gas app, right? It was just total gas app. And look, my mind was like everybody else's mind, right? Like, you know, not that it was a scam. I don't believe in scams and stuff like that, but I didn't look at the opportunity. It was whatever. It was an app, whatever. And then one day I downloaded the app, but then I don't remember exactly what happened, but something happened in my mind where I re-looked at it again, and then I thought about it, and I was thinking, wait a minute, it's just free. It's a free app. You literally open the app, you go to a gas station wherever they tell you to go. I was already putting gas in I have trucks now, right? So
yeah,
multiple trucks. I'm putting gas in these trucks, and I'm thinking to myself, if this company's going to pay me to put gas in there and it's completely free, I don't care if it's a penny, right? I got to put the gas in there. Right. So I tried it, and then I made money from it, and I didn't do anything different. I literally didn't do anything different. I just used the gas stations that they told me to, and they paid me. My mind, the same way my mind exploded when I thought about Sugar Rim Bar, that's when my mind exploded about that app. And not only that app, about how other ways I can leverage other apps. And so not only did I use that app, but I also used it. I also, again, next level thinking, right? Wealth mindset.
Yep.
I used a credit card that I would earn cash back from. So I'm already putting gas in my trucks, making these deliveries and runs and stuff for our stuff. So what if I use the money and I put it on a credit card? And because I was going to spend the money anyway, I just took the money out of my debit account and paid off my credit card. Dude, when I started looking at it on a grander scale and then thinking like how many people I could go on and on. This is one app. I told you I got 10 of them, right? But the same mindset, I thought about everything.
Yep. If
I got this one app and I can make money from it, how many people do I know? Thousands of people. Is everybody going to download the app? No, I don't need them to, right? But I don't have to sell it to anybody. Like, you have to put gas in your car. That's the things I was looking at. Like, it was like,
I use it.
It's like cigarettes. You know how people smoke cigarettes?
Yeah.
You never have to tell a person to smoke cigarettes about cigarettes. Like, they're going to go get them.
Right.
It could be 9 feet of snow outside. They're going to go. You don't have to remind them. Doesn't matter. How much are cigarettes now? $8 a pack or something?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. But that's the kind of mindset that I had. It's like, I need something automated where it's a habit. Like Warren Buffett said, Warren Buffett talked about investing in people's habits. I don't have to remind anybody to go get gas. So now this small little app, every time I referred somebody, I got 20 cents. And again, our minds, we're not thinking. I literally have people to say like, it ain't worth it. And I'm just like, dude, you can't pick up the dollars because you're not looking at the pennies.
Right.
And that's how I live my life. It like everything, it all mattered. So every time I sent the app to somebody, I got 20 cents. So now to the point now, like currently while we're going live right now,
right,
I've sent it to so many people. The next time I go get gas, they're gonna pay. Now remember, they're gonna give me 20 cents every time I refer somebody. They're gonna pay me $22 per gallon, up to 50 gallons.
Oh wow!
And right now, gas is, what is gas now? $1.30, $1.50?
Yeah, for the cheap, for the 87. Yeah, it's a
so
little.
I'm gonna spend $75. Like I run the calculations every day. I'm gonna spend $75, but they're gonna pay me back. They're gonna give me $1,000, all because I made a couple of videos. I put them on YouTube. I post them on Facebook. It costs me nothing. If no one uses the app, what do I care? It doesn't matter. I still gotta put gas in my car anyway. I went way too long on that one topic.
No, it's okay. That's why I wanted to do stuff like this, man.
But that's the mindset that I have. And then people, so now when I say that, right, people say stuff like this. Okay, what's the other 9 apps? Why does it matter what the other 9 apps are if you don't have it in your mind? It's your mind. It's not the apps. It's your mind. You got to change your mind. It's a strategy.
It is. I downloaded the app when you sent it out.
Yeah.
Because as a small business owner myself, I take pictures of my receipts anyway. So why not do it for an app that's going to give me some change back?
Right. So like that, right? Let's not talk about the app. Just think about that as a business owner. Or you're not. Are you writing out all your expenses? Do you have a good CPA? Do you have someone that's helping you go through these times right now? That's what I had to think.
Yeah. So I know that since I've known you business wise, that you always give back.
Yeah.
What are you doing now that you're kind of stuck in the house, man? And
going crazy?
Yeah. You and me both. But I know that if there's somebody out there that needs help, I know you would help them. Are you doing any of that now? Or are you just?
Yeah, I'm getting cabin fever in here. It's in the house. I'm on week 4 of being quarantined.
Yeah.
So I started this nonprofit charity called Change for Good, and I did that because as I was growing Sugar Rim Bar and doing things, it was kind of a 2-part thing. I knew that there were other people out there that were like me. I knew that I am not a guru. I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. I just know that for a large part of my life, no one gave me information. Or not only did they not give it to me, I could get it, but I had to either buy their course, webinar, series, whatever. Then we have this crab in a barrel mentality where we don't want to, we just don't want to help each other.
Right.
So I totally shifted out of that mindset. And that was I met a friend that gave me a philosophy in life that if I help 1,000 people, what would my life look like? So so as my life started increasing, I fixed my credit, started building my business, traveling a little bit more, opening my mind, expanded. I was like, okay, look, I'm gonna create a charity because there's people out there that need help. There's people out there that I started going to these charities, and I'm dead honest, man. They treated me like, they were like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm just a guy, Cory. What do you want? I just want to help. Why? What do you want to get? I'm like, guys, I just wanted to help. So I was like, okay, we're not going to do that. I created my own charity.
Yeah.
So because I know that there are people out there. I know that there are people out there who are suffering and hurting, and it's embarrassing. Whatever you're going through, it's embarrassing. It's debilitating. You don't know who to talk to. You even have friends and family that you can't turn to. So I did this thing where, look, I'm not going to judge you. I don't care what your situation is, whatever, right? So, we've done a lot, but like right now during the quarantine, like just last week, right? I gave away $40, and then I'm teaming up with a restaurant. But I wanted to buy lunch for essential workers. We did things where we linked up with food shelters or food pantries, and we have food delivered. I've done stuff where we go on Instacart, and again, I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy, I don't do it to glorify myself. I never put anybody on camera. I never say anyone's name because I also remember when when I was going through what I was going through in life, all I tell everybody I ever wanted was I just wanted a hand up. I never wanted a hand out, you know, because I know people have pride. I get that. And I want to be able to place people in a position of strength. I want to be able to take someone from where they are and give them the information that I wish somebody would give with me and not judge me, you know, because I got dealt a bad, you know, like if you play cards, I had a bad round, you know, 2010 was a bad round.
Right.
So, you know, I just want to help people, man, and do whatever I can at these times. And creating multiple streams of income is a way to do that.
I agree. What you said, man, it's powerful, man, is you didn't want a handout, you wanted a hand up. That's huge. That really stuck with me because a lot of people are scared to ask for that hand up.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I've been there. So, you know, I wanted to keep this short. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. Last question that I have, and then I'll give you the floor for good. What advice would you give another small business owner who either just started or who is going through this and having a rough patch right now?
Now I'm gonna give the advice that I really would give myself.
Yep.
And the problem is, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really. I just started this week taking my own advice on this because what's happening right now is we don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury of just sitting on the sidelines. We don't have, you know, nobody has 6 months worth of savings, you know.
Right.
So you can't, you know, I'm reading posts where they're saying like, okay, don't judge, you know, they're saying don't judge somebody because they didn't write their book. Don't judge somebody because they didn't start their business. Don't, you know, some people needed a break. Okay, guys, it's been 4 weeks. The break's over. The break is over. Write your book. Create your webinar, launch your business, go on Vistaprint, make your cards, brain, you know what a brain dump is, right? Because I know you guys do it, right? Go on your house, pick a wall, throw some paper up, and write down every crazy, insane, stupid idea that you had and flesh it out. Whatever, I don't care how wild, crazy, insane, stupid the idea is, write it down. And then what I did is I reverse engineered my business. I didn't start from how am I going to start Sugar and Bar. I started from how can I create a business, a 6-figure business to replace the income that I lost from this job. So how do I get here? I broke it down from $100,000 because that's originally what I wanted to make, and that was $239 a day or something like that, whatever it was back then. My goals changed. My goalposts have changed now.
Yeah.
How do I get that every day? And I reverse engineered it back to there. I think a lot of people try to start from the beginning and they say stuff like, okay, get a website. That's cool.
Yeah.
You should start at your goal and then reverse backwards to where you
start with the end in mind, right?
Start with the end in mind.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, buddy. So now the floor is yours, man. Plug away, charity.
What do you want me to say? What do you want to do?
Dude, I want you to tell, man, you got to tell everybody, man, where they can reach you. And when this is over, man, we gotta get these parties planned, man. People are gonna be celebrating the hell out of getting out of the house, man.
And I can't wait till they give us the all clear and be able to get out, because as soon as this is over, man, I know we back to hitting the ground running. But you know what? I'm also in an eerie kind of way. I'm also kind of grateful for this time because I've been running my business for almost 12 years, and dude, I've never had 4 weeks. You know,
yeah.
We're this time that we're in. No one's had this is new to us, right? I was telling someone last night. Every generation has had their thing, right? Every generation's have had their World War I, their World War II, their global wars. You know, but this is different, man.
Yeah,
it shut the whole world down. It
did, and there's gonna be a lot of people that may not open their doors back up, man.
Yeah. So, you know, if 2008 wasn't a wake-up call for you, if the government furlough 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wasn't a wake-up call for you, if the stock market literally crashing, you know, 4 to 5 years of gains of a bull run crashing in one day, trillions of dollars leaving the market in one day, if closing the global economy, if closing the global markets in a day, if banning travel for everywhere, if them telling you to quarantine your house, if stocking up on toilet paper is not a wake-up call for you, like, this is the time. This is the time now where you gotta go out. You need to create your business. You need to get your finances straight. Like I said, I can ramble on and on and on, but get your life insurance straight. I'm not a life insurance agent, right? I'm not licensed. I don't make any money because you go out and get life insurance. Get your life insurance. Pick up a policy. Just at least, at the very minimum, get a burial fund. Don't let somebody come on here and tell you what you gotta get. That's cool. That's great. But get something. I'm so sick and tired of my friends, because we're at that age now. Our friends are passing away, and what's the next thing you see?
GoFundMe.
Fund me, right? And I'm laughing, but it's sad. It's sad that you and I have been friends for 20 years, 30 years, and you die, and then your family. It's just inconceivable in 2020 that you die and your family has to put together a GoFundMe just to bury you. I'm not talking about your assets. I'm not talking about this ain't even that kind of conversation. Just you don't have enough money between you and your family to put you in a casket and put you in the ground. When, again, not a life insurance agent. Policies are $14, $50, whatever it costs a month. But you spend that on some shoes. You spend that at eating out. You're giving Chick-fil-A that money. Why not? That's what I'm saying. Like, take this time to really take stock of your family, of you. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? And again, I don't have it all figured out, but I had a conversation with my son, and I know you have these conversations with your children too. I told my son last night, I got one of my sons who I think in my mind, I don't know, I talk to all of them, but I got one son who I think that if something happened to me, he'd take care of me. So I called him and was like, look, you and I are gonna have a conversation about what I want to happen when I'm gone. And my parents didn't sit me down. These are conversations that we didn't have.
Right.
We didn't talk about finances. We didn't sit down at the dinner table and discuss stocks and real estate and bonds and investments. And we didn't talk about that stuff. The world was different. And we can no longer have that excuse of I wasn't raised that way. You're on the internet every day.
Yeah.
YouTube, you're Googling, you're on YouTube every day. You can no longer say, I didn't know. That's not an excuse anymore. So anyway, man, I get a little passionate.
No, it's okay, man. Passion's a good thing, man. And maybe
get a little passionate.
No, it's a good thing. I'm glad you came on, man, and you fired me up today, man.
Always fired up though, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't have a choice, man. I got too many mouths to feed. So I'm gonna post all your stuff in the comments on the live, man, where people can reach you, man. Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, look, before we go, how much time we got?
As much as you want.
Oh, shoot. Look.
Oh,
so
yeah.
What was it for you? What was it for you? Because like I said, we've been friends for a long time, and yeah. I remember you going. You don't need to share all your stuff, but I remember you was going through a bad moment, right? You was going through a rough patch.
Oh yeah, we all have, man. But I take longer to dig out of my rough patches, man. I'm heavy on myself. I beat myself up a lot. And my coach Eric, my partner.
Yeah.
He was my coach before he was my partner. He helped me dig out of my hole. Mentally, I will say this is that my brain was my master instead of my servant.
Mm.
And I needed to learn, and I constantly struggle with making my brain my servant instead of my master and dictating how I feel and how I feel about things, right? And so once I did that, man, I'm rolling. Like I'm doing a lot better. And I just recently had a rough patch with my sons needing some surgery and their insurance not offering to pay for it, and I dug right out of it. That's what we do.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, things that, like, in the course of my life, there's always been something that happened. I remember, and again, I'm not where I want to be in life, but I remember not having enough money to cover my rent. You know what I mean? I'll never forget that. I remember looking at my children and my son, and I didn't have enough money to pay for his lunch.
Right.
That killed me, crushed me, right? I remember taking the change out of my ashtray. I had to make a decision. Was I going to get gas? Was I going to get gas in my car to go to work, or was I going to buy bread and milk?
Right.
Like, that was a decision. Like, that's crazy to me to think that was my life. And now I live this life. And again, it's not flossy, don't glorify, but I live this life now where money's not really an issue anymore. You know what I mean? Like I haven't made it. I still got to hustle, still got to work, still got to grind. But I stacked up so much. I leveraged, because that's all I'm really doing is leveraging.
Yep.
I'm leveraging so much where like now I'm heavy in credit. You know, I don't have a lot in liquid cash. You know, if it came down to it, but I leverage so much credit where seriously, like I could literally pay my mortgage for, I don't know, man, seriously, 5-6 years. I would pay if it came to it, if it came down to it, I would pull the money off my credit cards and pay my mortgage for 7-8 years and just pay the minimum back on my credit. If it came to it.
Right.
But at least I still have a roof over my head. You know, at least I still have a way of making money. And then the other thing that a lot of stuff that taught me is, you know, it's a different world, man. We're not living in that kind of world where anything's certain, you know. And I'd rather invest in, every time I've invested in me, that it's paid off, you know. And I just, you know, just some life things. I stopped hanging around, but I know you've always done this, you know. Like you said, I found people like Eric, man. People that are going to motivate you, people that reinforce you, people that, you know, you got to be really careful about who you let in your space, man. You got to be really mindful because everybody ain't in the boat rowing, man.
Man, how many times growing up did you hear something like you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most, and you'd be like, oh man, I'm my own person. No, it's 100% true. And when you surround yourself with someone or people that if they needed a heart transplant, you would be a donor, then I promise you'll go a lot further in life, right? There are people in my circle that I keep, that if the doctor said they need a heart transplant and my heart was a match, that I would offer it to them. And when you surround yourself with people like that, man, you can't lose. And one of the things I always say as a friend is, your friend shouldn't sugarcoat anything for you. My real friends tell me the truth. When I'm being a jerk and I'm all in a crappy place, because again, sometimes
get in your head.
Yeah, sometimes my brain becomes the master. When they tell me, I appreciate them more than if it'll be okay, don't worry. And the reason I wanted to bring you on and to bring other small businesses on is because, you know what? Today, tomorrow, the next couple months, it might not be okay.
Right.
And that's okay.
Right.
Right? It's okay that it's not going to be okay, but guess what? If you weather the storm, you pivot, you shift, and you find multiple streams of income or a better way to do things for now, you'll come out on top.
Yeah. I really wish more people would, like Drew, man. It's just so disheartening, man, to sit on the phone with someone, for them to cry out to you, for them to give you their story, tell you their struggle. You know, so many people watch my videos or they go on YouTube and they watch that, and I talk to so many people, and then we have this experience, right? You share, you know, you listen to them. You have empathy for their situation. And you reach out and you give them tools to help themselves, right? And they don't pick them up. And it's just like, man, like people think like maybe you or I, like you just this tough business guy, right? It's all about the deal. It's like it's not about the deal. I'm at a more successful place in life now because I let go. I'm not out here just trying to make a dollar anymore. You know, I'm not struggling from paycheck to paycheck. I'm not going from, you know, I'm not from struggle to struggle anymore, because I'm helping more people. I'm giving back, and I want people in my. For me, it's more bigger than just my circle. Aaron gave me this thing. I'm looking for a tribe. I'm looking for a tribe of people. I'm looking for my family, my group of it out of the almost 8 billion people in the world. I'm looking for my little group of people that's going to help me get this train or this boat or this mission, this journey to the next destination.
That's right.
And somebody gonna be down for the cause? Nah. Am I gonna be mad because another grown individual doesn't want to fix their credit? Not really. You know, I can't, because I do this thing when I talk to people on the phone. I give them 10 minutes and I tell them on the 10-minute thing is that at the end of the day, here's what's gonna happen. I tell it to them, like, here's what's gonna happen. You're either gonna take the advice I'm gonna give you and you're gonna apply it in your life. Now, one thing that I can guarantee you that's not going to happen is after this phone call, I'm not going to call you anymore. And I don't mean that in a bad way. People that's watching this video, they heard me say it. I'm not going to call you anymore because I feel like at this moment, it is not my job to make you want you to be better. If you've already watched my videos, you've already seen the stuff that I'm doing. Obviously, you saw something that made you call me. Obviously, you did something that made you want to reach out. I'm telling you what I did. I'm giving you some things that could work in your life, but it's not my job to call you every day and say, hey, Drew, did you wake up today? Drew, did you brush your teeth? Drew, did you put out your clothes from last night? Drew, did you put the dishes in the dishwasher?
Wow.
I can't hold your hand.
Wow.
And that all that time that I'm spending with you, I could be developing and growing with somebody who already wants those things in life.
Man, you just like hit the nail on the head with, I'm into coaching realtors now. I told you a while back.
Yeah.
Same thing, man. I could give you the shovel, man, and you got to dig the hole, right? And man, you just like I'm at a loss for words what you just said because I'm living.
I know Eric. I know I'll watch Eric when he goes live at 5:25 a.m. What time is it?
Yeah, man. That dude's still on Marine time, man. He gets up at like 4, man.
I watch his boot camp Rise and Grind, right? But have you ever read the book? What's the Pablo Choa book? The Alchemist.
I haven't.
Great book. But in The Alchemist, it kind of talks about that. It talks about like life is a journey, and there are signs. And I just think that a lot of us, we just ignore the signs. We know what's right and wrong. We know what we're supposed to be doing. But what do? We revert back. Like, so we talk about this, right? We talk about what we're going through right now. The craziest thing that we've ever experienced in our entire life. COVID happening, right? The quarantine, stay-ins, 9 to 5, can't be out past 8. All these things are happening right now. But I guarantee you, I promise you, I love studying people. I promise you, when they push the reset button back on the economy, when they allow us to go back to, no one knows what the norm is going to be after this. We don't know what the new norm is, right? But when they restart the economy, guarantee you, brother, everybody's going to revert back to what they're used to. Everybody's going to go back to eating out. Everybody's going to go back to partying, which I don't mind. That's my business. It's my business. Cool. I'm with it. But very few people, this moment in time that's happening right now, you're going to see when this comes back, you're going to see who was there in the trenches grinding. You're going to see who was creating their business cards. You're going to see who retweet their website. You're going to see who built the email subscriber list. You're going to see who really took the time to link up with some photographers or some graphic design people, or who started because they knew they're still surviving without having a job. Were they able to create another job? Were they able to expand their business? Were they able to think, wait a minute, okay, I don't have to sit in traffic 2 hours to it and 2 hours back. I can get this job done from my cell phone. Are they leveraging technology?
Right. Exactly.
I know Zoom stock they got to be out the roof right now.
Hey man, I think before this started, they were about 35 a share. They're up to like 190 a share right now.
Got to be. Yeah. So
crazy.
What's the new norm? And then how are people really taking advantage of this opportunity? That's what because everything I look at now is an opportunity. How are they taking advantage of this opportunity? What are they really doing? And while I'm saying that, I never do that pointing the finger like this, because when you like that, 3 are pointing back at me. I'm asking myself, what are you doing, man? Like, get it together. Like, snap out of it. Let's go. Because I know my competition, and I don't really think of it like that, but I know that other people, when we jump back, dude, everybody's going to be at zero. You dig what I'm saying? Like, every realtor is going to be at zero. So I don't care if you sold 300 homes last year and you sold 2. Everybody's going to be at zero. Yeah. Everybody's going to have the same opportunity to sell homes when this thing restarts again.
The good thing is that guys like you and guys like me have consistently been in touch with their sphere of influence.
Right.
Right. With me,
I lost you on the audio. You push a button. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, I got you back now.
Let me try one thing real quick. You hear me?
Yeah. I got you. Good.
I have a mic that I plugged in so I can lean back, and I bumped it. And then the normal call for clients is, hey, how you doing? And they ask you how you're doing. I'm doing fine. Blah, blah. I'm never too busy for your referrals. You know the drill right now. It's just I call them, when I'm coaching my people, I call them hey calls, like Hay, you know, like, hey, right? How are you? Hay, how are you? That's the only call that we're making. And that's the only call, because that's all I care about right now, right? And hey, you need some toilet paper? I'll bring you some. Hey, you know, like my neighbor down the street, man, he's like 80 years old, and every morning he goes to 7-Eleven for a cup of coffee. He can't. So now every morning, guess who goes and gets a cup of coffee and leaves it for him? Me.
Right.
Those are the people that actually care, are the people that will come through this unscathed. And my mentor, Steve Gaskins, always told me, if you give it out in slices, you get it back in loaves.
Mm-hmm. This is I gotta write this down, or at least somebody write it down for me so I can remember. This is an extraordinary time to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
People, one thing I've learned in this business is people will always, when I sit down with clients or we have consultations or whatever, and you know, because sometimes we do their whole event, right?
Yeah.
And we'll do everything. We'll do the table, the linen, the decor, and I kind of tell people at the end of the day, this is all great, you know, but really, think about it. Do you really remember walking into someone's wedding, and do you remember the color of their linen? No. You remember the moment. You remember specific moments. You remember the memories, how you felt in that thing. People are gonna, if you step out, if you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business, you're getting ready to start your own business. If you take the time to step out right now, just write some thank you cards, just some old school handwritten thank you cards, and drop them in the mail. Yep. Send them out. Whatever. Get it. Look, I got a $40 Google Play gift card, right? I bought this on mistake. I can't even really use it technically. I don't even think I can use it now. Right. But things like that. I got this gift card, right, that I bought. You know, I just keep these around. Just whatever happens, if I need to just, it's not even, think of like greasing a palm through the mafia, right? Yeah. It's just thank you. Maybe I send it to like my longest customer that I've ever had. Maybe I send it to the, you know, before this happened, we had a client, she, right as they were getting ready to shut everything down, this is before all the craziness happens. I was like, hey, do you still want to do a party? She was like, listen, it's not gonna. She was gonna have an event of 75 people. It ended up being like 10 or 15 because she still had her event. So someone like that to still go through it, maybe like that. You send her a thank you card. But it's just those little small gestures right now. And that's what I'm saying. It's an extraordinary time to be extraordinary. Just do those small little gestures, and people will remember that. I'm telling you, man, they remember that. And I'm not looking for an instant gratification. I don't necessarily need her to tell me thank you, but maybe one day, 5 years from now, she says, hey, you know, that thank you card triggers something in her mind, and she hears a friend over here saying, hey, we're gonna have a party or whatever, and she says, hey, you know, I know a guy. Yeah. And that's it. You're in.
That's it. I had to write that one down. I wasn't ignoring you, man. I had to write that extraordinary one down. I'm going to use that one, man. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I told you I only wanted 15 minutes of your time. And
did you tell me 15 minutes? I can't talk for 15 minutes.
I should have known. I've known you long enough to know that, man. Anything else you want to shout out, plug, anything before we wrap it up?
No, I'm good, man. I do want to tell people that, you know. So look, this is a crazy time.
No, I'm good, but
this is a crazy time, and I know people are sort of like hunkered down, and there's a lot of uncertainty, and no one knows what's really going to happen. But one thing is, I know that tough times last, but tough people last longer. You can get through this, but really just really you should really be taking inventory of what's going on in your life. Start looking at, and I'm saying this to myself too, start looking at where you've been and look to where you want to go to. What changes do you need to make now to become the person or the business or wherever you want to be? Start making those changes now. You have the time. There's literally no excuse now. How can you say you don't have the time? There's none. Yeah. Write the book. Yeah. Create the webinar. Launch the podcast.
Those are the people that watch every Tiger King episode, man, but can't take an online class, right?
Hey, Drew. Dude, have you watched Peaky Blinders yet?
No, I haven't.
It's 5 seasons.
Oh yeah, I'm not catching up on that.
I started watching it yesterday. I watched TV for 24 hours.
Holy crap, man.
Dude,
That's not even like you.
And I still think I'm on season 2 or 3. I don't even think I made it all.
I don't even want to hear the name of that because I don't want to get stuck in that. Man.
It's so good, though. It's so good. It's so good.
My college-age daughter had me watching The Tiger King, man, and I felt like I needed to wash my eyeballs after watching it.
Did you watch all of it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Did Carol kill her husband?
Yeah.
Carol did it.
100%. 100%. We've been married before, and if we had tigers in our backyard, things might be different too.
I see these. Look, I see these kids, and they be talking about, you know, I like kids, like younger kids. They talk about this my babe, this my boo.
Oh yeah.
This is my husband. Like, you ain't ever been. You don't know what love is.
Nope.
You ever think about putting sardine oil on somebody and throwing it into a tiger cage? You ain't ever been in love. Don't talk about love to me. You don't know what love is.
Put sardine oil on his boots. Oh boy. All right. We're not going down that rabbit hole, man. You just had a great positive stuff. You can now, if people want to get in touch with you to fix their credit, which we didn't even talk about.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay, man. Let's talk about that, and then let's wrap it up, man.
All right. So yes,
I watched you just through Facebook alone help, couple, maybe 20, 30, 40 people fix their credit in like, what?
No, thousands, brother.
No, I mean, just in like a month.
Oh, okay.
Like the first month you started it, I saw you were posting more like how you did it. Now you've kind of gotten, there are too many for you to post.
Yeah. So the credit thing was my personal credit. My credit was a 494. That was my credit score. It was a 494. 10 years ago. I couldn't buy my way out of a paper bag, dude. I owed Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster? Yeah. I owed Blockbuster $93. Didn't know where to send the money to. And once I walked into somewhere and I couldn't get anything on my credit, when I started my business, I couldn't get anything on my credit. I made the initiative to fix my credit. And I know a lot of people say that, and they say they're gonna fix their credit. Like people come to you and they say, "Oh, Drew, I'm gonna buy my house next year." You're thinking like, why are you waiting until next year? Like you can just need to get a 620. Just get to a 620. You buy a house now. That just doesn't make sense. So I fixed my credit, and then I started leveraging my credit. And then I realized that there was just a whole world. Because if anybody ever had bad credit and then they got good credit, and then you start seeing the things that good credit can afford you in life, the way that you can move through this matrix of this economy, once you have good credit, you start quickly realizing that you don't want to go back to that. Like, because I can go back to living a cash poor life. Like cash can only take you so far. And so once I fixed my credit, once I started leveraging my credit, once I started living my life, I just started looking around at the people around me, and I just realized, dude, I was like, again, depressing, because your eyes get opened up to a world where you're looking around at everybody around you, and you start realizing that no one taught us anything. They didn't show us. They really just threw us out in this world and showed us nothing.
Yeah.
Try to help your friends, and you say, hey, listen, guys, let's fix our credit. And they don't. And you just sit back and you just think, as a grown man or a grown woman, how can you're just gonna literally walk in that dealership and let them butcher you? You're just gonna keep and I'm not judging you. I just separated myself. I said I can no longer continue to be in that world. I can't just keep going from apartment to apartment to apartment. Nothing against it, not judging you. I'm just saying, for me, I gotta leave something for my kids. So like this house that I have. When I die,
right.
I told my kids, sell it. It's equity. Sell it. I don't care. So I started a credit repair business. Now, in all truth and honesty, when I first started, I grabbed this flag and I'm like, I'm going to charge out. I'm going to help everybody because everybody needs this. I went in with the wrong mentality and I was thinking wrong. I was helping people. I was doing what everyone was doing. I was fixing their credit, but I wasn't showing them how to maintain it. So the problem was I would fix their credit, and because people have bad financial habits, they would call me again 6 months from now, like, hey, Mr. Cory, remember me? You fixed my credit. Can you fix it again? I'm like, but why am I fixing it again?
Right.
Or even worse, I would fix their credit, and I wouldn't empower them with how to maintain it. So if I didn't teach them how to maintain it, guess what happens now? You took my money. You robbed me. No, I didn't I fix your credit? Yeah, but it's bad now. Well, my bad that I didn't hold your hand. So now, then I had to go back and rework that. Now I'm helping people. Not only am I helping people fix their credit, I'm teaching them how to maintain it.
Yep.
Because I'm telling you, do not fix your, I tell people all, again, my customers, fix your credit and don't call me ever again.
Right.
One time, I literally run a business that, I make tons of money from, but I'm in a business that I don't want your children to be my future customers. I want you to run me out of business.
Right.
I want to see, that's my challenge to myself. Let me see if you can run me out of business. But they're not. So I started a credit repair business. I automated the entire thing though. It's all automated. Because before, I was, no joke, Drew, I was spending from 9 o'clock in the morning to 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Now, again, I've already built Sugar Rim Bar. I got that running. I was spending from 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the phone with people dealing with their credit.
Oh, wow.
All day, every day. And I was going out of my mind, crazy insane. I was like, no, we can't do this. So I shut that part of the business down, completely severed, shut that down, and created a whole new business model where I had, if I'm working with you and you're my client, I need you to be more invested in this than I am.
Right.
But I also need to give you the platform and the avenues to where those questions that you were asking me, you can literally just go online and look at the same information that I can look at.
Right.
So
what if someone wants to fix their credit or join that, where do they go?
They can go, well, they can just literally find me. You can find me anywhere. If you type in Cory Brim or Sugar Rim Bar, my number is everywhere. My email is corybrim@sugarrimbar.com, because now I'd rather do a consultation with you now instead of just, they can go to my website. I can send them a link. That's cool. But I'd rather know. I'm not being selective. I'm not doing that. But I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I don't want my time wasted. I really specifically want to deal with people that want the help, that have a vision for their future, that want something more for their family than just, I'm going to fix my credit so I can get this car real quick. Like, I don't want that to be my client.
Makes perfect sense, man. They don't want to waste their time, especially after they come back and blame you when it goes bad again. I get it.
And I want to be able to help people. The grander scheme of things is, honestly, man, it's not a sales pitch. I want to be able to help people fix their credit so they can go out and buy the biggest purchase that they're going to buy in their entire life, which is a home.
And they can call me and I can help them.
They can call you, and it's simple.
Roger
it's
that.
Easy. And I don't get, he's not sending me kickbacks, and that's the other part of this, is we got to get out of this thing where, like, we think that people are trying to get over on us and they're trying to get money, and it's like, no, I'm just trying to help you.
Yep.
See the other side, because I've been where you are right now.
Exactly.
And you're basically just, every time you pay your landlord, you might as well just open up a window every month, take your money, and just chuck it out of the window, because you can't sit here and tell me, as a, I'm gonna talk from the man point of view. As a man, you go to work every day, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and you're taking the money that you earn that month to provide for your family, and you're going to give it to another man to allow him to build his portfolio for his family. Why wouldn't you want to do, or at least take the time to just do that same sort of thing for you? I'm not telling you to run out and buy a house, but why not run out and buy an investment property?
Now's the time.
Money's cheap.
Money's cheap. I was about to say the same thing. So what's one takeaway from today, man? One highlight for you about our meeting today? I
really love the fact that we do this. I think there needs to be more of this. A lot of stuff that I see online is, I see a lot of people. If you ever go back and watch any of my videos and your stuff too, dude, I'm not spamming nobody, man. I'm not asking for anybody to sign up for nothing. I ain't asking you for nobody's money. I'm basically giving all the information away for free. I don't know how long that's gonna happen. But the takeaway is we gotta help each other, man, and you gotta jump. I see so many people, they just how many people have wanted to write a book?
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
And you can watch an online class on how to write your book now, man, if you don't know how. Everything's at our fingertips.
Oh, just Google it.
Yep.
Whatever thought that you have, however it is in your head. Literally, you could say, how many pink elephants are there in the world? Like, I just made that up, right?
Okay.
I bet you somebody Googled that. I bet you it's an answer on Google. Somebody thought of it before. Go research it.
Yep, I agree, man. So my big takeaway, man, is what you said, is it's an extraordinary time to be extraordinary.
Amen.
That's the one thing that's gonna stick with me, man. And I appreciate your time, brother, and in all the lives and all the your live and my live, man. But when we get off of here, I'll type in your contact info for people that want to reach out.
Well, I appreciate this 15 minutes of fame.
You're welcome. This 51, it's backwards. It turned to be 51 instead of 15.
I was thinking 45 minutes. That's how I had it in my head. I wasn't thinking 15.
I would love to keep going, man. I just don't want to take up anybody more of your.
No. You're good. 51 minutes was good. I didn't know we were going 15. If we were doing 15, I would have hit my marks. But I thought we were doing 45.
Listen, this is my first one of these, man. And I'll be doing them the rest of the week. I got Rob Gaskins from Highlands Mortgage tomorrow to talk about cheap money. I got Gazelle Amir from the Crab Cab tomorrow. She owns 2 food trucks. I mean, on Thursday. She's Thursday. Rob is tomorrow. Then Friday, I got John Chapman, man, from the tour.
T. Chapman.
Yeah, he runs the tour company in Old Town, man, and I want to make sure I help him.
It's Mal Mason, right? Is it Mal Mason?
Yep. He's great. He's a good buddy of mine. So I got them all week, man. But this is the first one. I'm glad it went over, man. I got a lot.
Don't let me be the one. Don't let me be the one where it's supposed to be 15 minutes and ended up being an hour.
Bro, you set the bar awful high.
I didn't know.
I'm glad. Listen, this was great. I'm glad, man. And you set the bar high. They better bring their guns out tomorrow.
I thought we were at 45 minutes. Minutes.
Good. No, I wanted more time, but I'm glad. I'm glad you came out. Thanks.
Thank you for your time, man. I appreciate you, man. Keep inspiring, keep changing people's lives, man. Because that's what you're doing, brother.
You know I'm trying, man. I'm gonna stop the live stream now. All right.
Never give up.
Let me turn.